So I was sat there and it comes into my head, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? And then it comes into my head, yeah, who is Mr. Wolf? Who is Mr. Wolf? We all know the wolf, don't we? Who the wolf is. And it's a funny saying. Where does it come from? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Well, it says that Satan's going to change the times and the seasons, doesn't it? And there's other sayings as well, like rob from Peter to pay Paul. Where does that saying come from? What about, I know those who say they are apostles but are not? Who is it that says they're an apostle and is not? Who calls themselves apostles and is not? I don't know. We've got the 12 disciples and the 12 tribes of Israel. There can't be any more than 12. There's only 12 tribes. And even if one was to replace, even if there was a disciple to replace Judas, well, there's not a replacement of any of the tribes. And I don't know what it means, really. I know it means something. I think it might mean that Paul is a false apostle. And that he's, and I've always thought this, maybe, just maybe he's the Muhammad of Christianity. Because one's led, both of them came after Jesus, didn't they? And Jesus said, you know, if there's one in the wilderness, if he says I'm in the wilderness, don't believe him. Where was Paul when he saw this white light? Why is there two accounts of Paul's conversion thing? Right? One of them says the people with him saw but didn't hear. And then another one says the people that were with him heard but didn't see. So which is it? It's just too weird. It's too, doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of other things that don't make sense either about Paul. And there's lots of videos which explain it a lot better than I do. I'm not teaching anything because I don't know anything. I'm learning, and I'm talking about you know, my thoughts, my opinions. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. I'm wrong a lot of the time. But that's part of the learning experience, isn't it? It's being wrong and learning from your mistakes. But I've had a niggling feeling about this since 2012, 2013. It was about that time where for some reason I put a big red cross in my Bible over all of Paul's books. And then I got a bit worried thinking, oh no, I've defaced the Bible. And then I started to think, well, hang on, why have I done that? And maybe he's a test, because every single Christian I know repeats a lot more of Paul's words than they do Jesus's. There is a lot more of Paul's words in this book than Jesus's. There's more of Paul in this book than any other prophet or anybody in history, any of the disciples, Jesus himself. There's more of Paul in this book. Why is that? And why do people get so upset if you suggest that, you know, perhaps Paul is a plant, and perhaps he's deliberately come in to lead us astray and to lead us away from Jesus? And there was something else. There was something that I was just about to say, but I've forgotten what it is. Oh yes, unlucky 13. Where does that come from? Unlucky 13. Rob from Peter to pay Paul. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Where do these signs come from?